Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayetu Sarva Vignopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadam Tam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Nupasmahe Gnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Krishnam Kamalapatraksham Punyasravanakirtanam Vasudevam Jagadyonim Naumi Narayanam Harim Naumi Narayanam Harim Namostu te vyasa visala buddhe Pullaravindayata netra Yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha Prajvalito gnanamaya pradipaha Om Vishnave namaha Om Jagannathaya namaha. So we have entered into the Ashadha Masam, where Krishna, Jagannatha is important also, and there is going to be a big chariot show and seva to Jagannatha in Puri, and people say that Jagannatha, how can we have that kind of newness, wisdom dawn in us only by resorting to the instructions given by the rishis, by the wise men, and which is recorded in the scriptures and Vedic texts like Vidhuraneethi, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Subhashitas later on, and Vedas. So we have plenitude of instructions or moral education, and that we can always streamline our span of life upon the earth carefully with some focus. Actually, it is said Bhulokam is where you see comparison. You see two things. So whereby in respect of the choice of the things, you have got to have indiscretion and wisdom. Therefore, here Vidura is sitting before the table of Dhritarashtra, the emperor, who has fear in his mind. Not that Pandavas are getting deprived of the land share, not that anything about the Pandavas, and not about the Dharma also, that he is failing to stick on to the Dharma, which he has to. So this is how it's going on. So we are now in Viduraneethi, where Vidura is trying to, and the slokas are there, which are spread into 8 chapters in Vidhuraneethi, as we have noted already. And we have already traveled a few chapters, and now we are in the 37th chapter of Vidhuraneethi. Please remember, where the Vidura continues to talk to Dhritarashtra, bringing out the previous people who are really good. That is, his ancestors were really good. So in this sloka here, I'm just reading 37th chapter, Saptadase Matran Rajendra Manuhu Swayambhuvo Bravitu Vaichitya Virya Purushanakasham Mushti Bhihi Gnataha Tani Vindriyasya hi Dhanuranabhyam Namato Bravitu Atho Marichinaha Padananamyan Tatha Namataha Tatha So, yascha sishyam shasate, yascha kupyate, yaschati velam bhajate, dushantam, striyascha yo arakshati, bhadramastute, yascha yachyam yachate, yascha kathate, यश्चा अभिजातः प्रकरोति अकार्यः यश्चाबली यश्चाबलो बलिनां नित्यवैरी अश्रद्धधानाय च यो ब्रवीति यश्चाकाम्यं कामयते नरेन्द्र वध्वा वध्वाहासं स्वसुरो यश्च मन्यते वध्वा वसन्नुतयो मानकामः परक्षेत्रे निर्वपति यश्च बीजं स्त्रियं च यः परिवदते अतिवेलं यश्चैव लब्ध्वा न स्मरामीति उवाच दत्वा च यः कथति हि याच्यमानः यश्चासतः सान्त्वमुपासत उपासतीह ये ते अनुयान्ति अनिलं पाशहस्ताः. So you observe in the first two slokas, he keeps on talking about, he just tries to catch up the conscience of Dhritarashtra that he is the son of Vichitravirya and Manu and self. See, Saptadashana, Dashaman, Rajendra, Saptadaseman, Rajendra, Manuhu, Swayambhuvo Abravit. See, Swayambhuva, Manu, has said these things. What is that? What are seven things? And so there are 7 and 10 kinds of men who strike empty space with their fists or seek to bend the vapory bow of Indra in the sky, or desire to catch the intangible rays of the sun. So these are all the impossibilities or absurdities. And there are so many examples. We have got three more examples to say that so nobody can do these things if at all he wants to. For example, here it is said that Akasham mushtibihi gnataha. Anyone trying to beat the sky, space with your fist, anything is achieved? No. Secondly, and also Indradhanusu, the Indra's bow, which is vapory, appearing in the sky after rain or before rain or something, and you are trying to bend that kind of Indradhanusu, and moreover, the Indradhanus has not got the Indra's bow has not got the card. So ja illa, there is no ja for the Indradhanush. So such a thing, if anybody wants to bend that, it's also high foolishness. See, tan in Indra hi dhanuhu anamyam. So Indradhanush is anamyam. Anamyam means you cannot bend it. But you want to bend the Indra's bow is a big wasteful activity. And again, Marichinaha Padan Anayan Anamyan Namatas. So also who wants to catch the sun, the rays of the sun. So one cannot catch the sun's of the rays. One cannot bend the Indradhanush, which is vapory, which is found in the sky, and which has no card, but it is Vibgayar, which is of 7 colors. And you cannot keep on beating the sky with your fist. All these things are waste. So, in other words, Dhritarashtra is suggesting that Dhritarashtra is suggesting that to refuse there are requests by the Pandavas and also refuse to give the share of land to them is like this. Therefore, be careful. And moreover, he keeps on enlisting some more examples. It is like yascha sishyam shasati. A person who is not a sishya, you want to rule him or instruct him. And also yascha kupyate, yascha ativelam bhajate dushantam. So the 10 kinds of foolish men are those who seeks control to control a person, who seeks the control person that is incapable of being controlled. Asishyam. Sishya is one who can listen to you generally, but those people who are stubborn, who never are obedient to you, if you want to change them, it is a foolishness. Secondly, if he is not contentful, if anybody is not contentful with small gains, he is also in trouble. Because whatever gain that comes, one must be free. That is, be free and happy. Akamyam kamayate, Narendra. So one should not ask for that gift which he never deserved it or never asked for it. And also, he who boasts very much and having done nothing, he who is born in a high family, who perpetrates an improper deed, he who being weak always wages hostilities with one that is powerful, he who talks to a person listening scoffingly, he who desires to have that which is unattainable, he who being a father-in-law jested with his daughter-in-law, he who boasts at having his alarms dispelled by his daughter-in-law, he who scatters his own seeds in another's field, he who speaks ill of his own wife, he who having received anything from another says that he does not remember it, he who having given away anything in words in holy places boasts at home when he asks to make good his words, and he who strives to prove the truth of what is false, the envoys of Yama with noose in hand drag those persons. So he has given that yanti anilam ete anuyanti anilam pasahastaha. So Yama will take hold of them, not pardoning such people who are exposed to these crimes. These are all the things that so these are all the crimes, and that he's trying to tell 7 and 10 kinds of mistakes. People are very much stubborn that they want to have something which they cannot afford to have or which they should not have. So that's what that Dhritarashtra is trying to enlist all of them in periodically so that the Dhritarashtra can understand that what he is planning, what he has his mind belong to one of these things certainly or many of these things certainly. So when actually a wise man, if he is corrected, he gets corrected. And a man who is not to be corrected, incorrigible fellows are there, and they will do what they want to do. Such people you cannot meddle at all. Leave them to kites. Kite in the sense that the Yamabhatas will try to take hold of them, give them especially expected punishments. So again I read that. So these are all things. Asraddhadhanaya cha braviti, 1. And akamyam kamayate, 2. Vadvahasam susuraha, the father-in-law. Vadva is by the daughter-in-law. And manyate, vadva vasan utayo manakamaha. So one has to be very careful. But Vadhu is that is woman. So a woman is really dangerous, but one has to be very uh, careful about their things. And again, Parakshetram nivabhutescha bijam striyam cha. So he should not, Parakshetra, other than his wife, he should not indulge in the private life. And therefore, and again, yes, ladva nasmarami. So somebody helps one person, but when things come, you say, you refuse. Oh, I don't remember that you have helped me. You have not helped me. Denial of the help that we have received, and kathati cha yachamanaha. So when people are shouting at you, you try to give him advice. So these are all some of the things which are to be which are to be taken care, and therefore not that Dhritarashtra does not know, but Vidura being very wise, he is trying to impress upon Dhritarashtra that it is very important. And this chapter 37 is really interesting because the negativity is being enlisted. The objectionable behavior is being marked, and also one has to change according as the circumstances when they are demanding some kind of help or truth from him. So now Dhritarashtra is kept in a state where he can command his sons, see that justice is being offered to Pandavas who adopted Dharma. And according to the Dharma, they lost the game. So 13 years of Vanavasa they completed, and they have come back. As per the agreement, the land, 50% of the land should be given to Pandavas. So that is not taking place. Now there is that kind of discussion. And again, so Viduraneethi, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, then all these Sanat Sujatiyam, all these texts are really a boon for the man born, to that he can lead health in body, health in mind, and health in spirit. So body, mind, and spirit, these three aspects could be very well attended to when we take to this. And now I am reading the six slokas, we did it. Now I am reading the seventh sloka. Yasmin yatha vartate yo manushyaha tasmin tatha vartitavyam sadharmaha मायाचारो मायया वर्तितव्यः साध्वाचारः साधुना प्रच्युतेयः. It's a beautiful upadesam. Unless you adjust, unless you accommodate accordingly, it is very hard for us to win our life. So here says, how is the other person? Accordingly you be to the other person. See, yasmin vartate yatha yaha manushyaha tasmin tatha vartitavyam sadharmaha. What is dharma? ಯಾರು ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೋ, ఎవరెవరు ఎలా ఎలా ప్రవర్తిస్తుంటారో, ఏ ఏ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది అలా అలా అని ఉండొచ్చు. సో మీరు ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఇంటికి వెళ్తే వాడు కాఫీ ఇవ్వడు అని మాట్లాడించడు, ఎక్కువ ప్రేమ చూపించడు. అలాంటి వాడు మీ ఇంటికి వస్తే మీరు ఎక్కువగా చేసి అనవసరంగా కష్టపడకూడదు అనేది ధర్మం అట. And again, mayachara maya vartitavya. So anybody who is behaving deceitfully towards him, and you should also be accordingly. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಠಸ್ಯ ಸಾಠ್ಯಂ ಅಂತ. So if anybody is a stubborn fellow, you should also be stubborn in that aspect, so that he will learn that because of me, my behavior, my friend close to me is doing like that అనేటువంటి సెన్స్ వాడికి రావాలి. And again, another point is honesty, that is sadhvachara. So in achara or behavior is sadhu, sajjana like, then you should also be very kind and compassionate. So this is what he is telling. But indirectly he is telling that Pandavas are very kind, very affectionate, very dutiful, and very respect-worthy and respectful. Our ಬಗ್ಗೆ, if you are doing like this, no, it is not palatable. Therefore, he says that he is trying to talk in favor of Pandavas, especially with regard to their character and conduct and their following the justice, the pathway of justice. So, having heard all this information, now Dhritarashtra will put a question again. Sloka number 8, I am talking. Shatayuruktaha Purushaha Sarvavedeshu Vai Yada Naptotyatha Cha Tat Sarvam Ayuhu Keneha Hetuna. This is what is the doubt of Dhritarashtra, that the all Vedas tell that Satamanam Bhavatu Satayuk Purushaha Nuryenlu Badakara అని అడుగుతారు. Satayuruktaha Purushaha, a man's life, span of life is defined to be 100 years. ಆದರೆ people are not obtaining the 100, but they are having less age. And when they get out, we don't know. So whatever period allotted to them, people are not living. So why is the reason? For what reason people are not attaining 100 years and die? Even before they reach 100, they are dying. What's the reason? This is a good question. And the answer we want to get it. But let us see. There are so many people who have answered in Veda, for example, Satamanam Bhavati Satayuhu means Satam Vai Purnam. So Purnam, whatever length of life that man lives on the ground, that itself is a complete life. So whatever that, for example, Shankaracharya, 32 years, Vivekananda, 36 years, Ramanujam. So these are all the great contributors to the enhancement of the knowledge in respect to fields. But they did not touch the 100 goal. So why? Then Vidura's answer, you observe, sloka number 9 and 10 I am reading. Ativado Atimanascha Tatha Tyago Naradhipaha Krodhascha Ativitsa cha Mitradrohascha Tanitshato Yete Eva Sayam Krishna Krutantaha Ayushidehinam Yetani Manavan Nanti Mrityuhu Bhadramastute. Mrityur Bhadramastute. So, though people are given birth, but they pick up. Look at the child. Then the child is born. It is pure. It's just divine. It is never having any kind of thing. For example, ఎవరో వచ్చారు అంటే వాళ్ళ నాన్న చెప్తాడు, ఎవరో వచ్చారండి అంటే నేను ఇంట్లో లేదని చెప్పు అని చెప్పి పంపిస్తాడు. Then the boy who comes with sincere does not know the situations. He will come and tell the fellow, మా నాన్నగారు చెప్పారు ఇంట్లో లేరని చెప్పమని చెప్పారు అన్నాడు. అంటే అర్థం ఇంట్లో ఉండి లేదని చెప్పించుకునేటటువంటిదే. అలా కాకుండా సో ట్రూత్ఫుల్నెస్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. So who are the fellows? Now they are again one listed here. One, Ativadi. Atimanaha. See, a fellow who talks excess and a fellow who is pride excessively. Everything excess. So excess of pride, excess in speech, excess in eating, anger, excess in desire of enjoyment, and uh, and also excess excess in the intestine dissensions. These are six sharp swords that cut off the span of life granted to them. So, see, Mitradrohascha Tanishatu, Krodhascha Adivivatsacha, Mitradrohascha Tanishatu. So, these are all the six things: to talk too much, to have too much pride, to eat too much, to become too much angry, to become aware of the excessive enjoyment, and also the stomach problems. All these things will cut off the longevity of our people. Therefore, and in the next slokam, he said, Evam eta eva eta asaya tishnaha kritantasyayushi dehinam etani manavan granti namrutyuhu bhadramastute. That is the mrityu or virtue will not tolerate all these seven things or six things. So what he does is, you don't deserve to continue your life. So he will just cut off the life and he will take away. Knowing this, so, oh blessed soul, you live long. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಮೃತ್ಯು ಅಂದರೆ when the situations go drastic, then you will not live long. Your life also will be shortened. Therefore, Dhritarashtra, be careful about it. But Vidura is trying to bless, saying that let not mrityu take hold of you. But you just try to not become a victim to these three, six things. And my behavior is important, character and conduct. So that vidya, whatever that education, knowledge, and also instruction that we are getting from our elders and all that, so that is all for the safety and continuity of wonderful life. Because when once there is no body for us, we cannot do any punyam and papam. And we cannot do anything. We are no use to anybody. ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. We are not supposed to come back to that state. And that's what he is telling, Vidura is telling to this fellow. And again, I am reading the 11th and 12th slokas. Viswaha tasya aeti yaha daran yaschapi guru talpagaha vrushali patihi dvijoyascha पानपश्चैव भारत शरणागतः चैव सर्वे ब्रह्मणैः समाः एतैः समेत्य कर्तव्यं प्रायश्चित्तम् इति श्रुतिः. Now Vidura is only quoting Shruti ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಏನೇನು ಅಂದರೆ, what are those things that विश्वः तस्य एति यः दारान् गुरुतल्पकः च. That is, he appropriates to himself the wife of one who has confided in him and who violates the bed of his preceptor, and that Brahmana, O Bharata, who becomes the husband of a Sudra woman. That's again, see, this word is that Vrushali Patihi. That is, a Brahmin must not marry Sudra. Actually, the ఎవరెవరు క్యాస్ట్లో వాళ్ళు పెళ్లి చేసుకోవడము సవర్ణ వివాహం అంటారు. కానీ దీస్ డేస్ థింగ్స్ హ్యావ్ ఆల్ చేంజ్డ్. సో there are people who try to violate that kind of orderliness. So and consequences are drastic too. So Vrushali Patihi Dvijaha. A Brahmin should not marry a woman other than his lower caste. Or, and also he should not be uh, panapaha. Panapaha means takes a lot of wines, drinks wines, and also who commands Brahmanas and become their master. So Brahmana Badha, and who takes away the land that support them. And a person who lives of those who yield asking for protection. So Saranagati Bandiru Saisbardu. That's why Saranagata Rakshana is this. And for that sake, there are so many stories in our scriptures where Sharanu, anybody goes to, then they will be protected. For example, in Ramayana, Vibhishana came Sharanu to Rama feet. So Vibhishana got the land back. He became Lankadhipati. Whereas Ravana and Kumbhakarna never approached like that, so they suffered death. So like that, he is telling that the animals who leaves those who yield asking for protection and who are guilty of the sin of slaying Brahmanas. So Brahmatya dosham. So all these people are are subjected to expiation rites require. Prayaschittam iti srutihi. So ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇಂಥ ಕ್ರೈಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರಾಯಶ್ಚಿತ್ತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Prayah chitta. Prayah actually means put your mind in fire and get it cleaned. So Agni is the Suddhi. What are the agents that will make you purified? And there are that Agni is one. And so there are some sanitizing agents. Now we have got, of course, after COVID-19, we have so many sanitizers, so much of change in discipline. Wash hands with sanitize our hands, then feet, and then enter the house. And there are so many new lessons people have learned. But when once the COVID has gone, I think people have stopped it also. Many people stopped that kind of behavior. So what happens is they will not be so that anything that is continuously a good habit followed, that will always have a positive effect. So now I am reading the 13th sloka. Look at how periodically, how సబ్సిక్వెంట్గా ఆయన పరమాత్మ స్వరూపమైనటువంటి విదురుడు ధృతరాష్ట్రునికి మహారాజుకు చక్రవర్తి చెప్తూ ఉన్నాడు. See, to talk to Chakravarti is not easy, but whatever be the relationship that one holds to, apart from that, but Vidura is really bold one who never hides. In the entirety of the Mahabharata characters, more than 500, 600, how don't know. So all those characters, Lali, the best character is Vidura, the best character is Sanjaya. They were not much hurt because of the Mahabharata war. They survived. But what to do? See, Subhashitas are there to help you, to help people. Though knowing the Subhashita, if they are not improving, it is difficult. That's why if you go to a Swamiji, what the Swamiji would do is Sugataihi, Subhashitaihi, Subhosh, Prabodha Padavim, Prapnuvanti, Guravaha, Pattabhana, at one place in Kadambari or so, says that what is the main duty of a guru? Now, Ashadha Masam, we are heading towards the Guru Purnima, that is Vyasa Jayanti. Vyasa Bhagavan is born on Guru Purnima. On Guru Purnima day, we are celebrating, respecting all gurus. whoever have helped us to have some kind of wisdom. So this is slokam. I'm just read. Yeah. Guruhi vadanyah anapavida muktapi avivahasakascha avihita avihisakah kascha nanarthakriti प्रत्यक्त कलिः कृतघ्नः सत्यः मृदुः स्वर्गम upayiti vidwan. So hitherto Vidura has given enlisting those people whom whom Yama takes away because they are their own behavior. And now positive among people are being enlisted in the system. To the adverse